all new Wannabeez.
I was just like, my kid's been alive for like 2 hours, and you're already like talking about his hog.
It's part of the lore, guy.
What do you think was worse, you sleeping on the couch or Alyssa's C-section?
He threw the Wannabeez baby out, and he's got his new baby.
Love it so much that you just don't give a fuck.
Show up if you want, or stay home, or go somewhere. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I got a family.
I want Justin to be on Tell Him Steve Dave.
Nobody would give a single fuck.
Hello, and welcome to an all-new Wannabeez. I'm your host, Nick Gula, and always in the beehive with me is John Van Hook.
Hey, everybody.
And Justin Kyle.
Let's go!
He stole my let's go. What the fuck?
I feel so much power with the let's go. I don't get to do it very often.
Yeah, it's like I pass the baton, and we're in a relay race, and we pass the baton to each other.
Exactly. Chopper's here in the background.
Oh,
So in
nice.
case anybody hears any barking or anything, that's him.
John, so what's new? What's going
hello?
on?
Yes, my name's John. I have two lovely children. I'm married. Yeah, no, we had the baby. We did it.
Woo!
We both
Baby
did
Maxwell, what's going on?
it. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh shit, guy.
We just got home. I've been home for maybe an hour. I got to tell you, in the last 48 hours, I've slept. Not even 48. Let's go 72. I've slept maybe 12. So
Nice.
I'm rocking and rolling.
Right, you're dedicated. You're finally
Welcome back
dedicated.
to new baby.
Yeah.
New baby life.
Back in the action. Back in the trenches, as they would say. I got trench foot. I do kind of. So I was running back and forth between the hospital, and on my way out, I kind of took the stairs out the back door a little hard and actually fucked up my heel. So I have like a wrap on it, and I've been using a cane. So when she went in for her C-section, I was walking fine and everything was great. And then I went home to grab some stuff after he was born. The C-section went great. Everybody came out healthy, and it was a wild experience to watch. And he's a huge baby, 10 pounds.
Holy shit!
Which would explain why why she looked like she was gonna have twins or something like those. That's just
a
ginormous.
big baby.
In our message before, when you said that, and all I thought of was me, myself, and Irene.
Mm-hmm.
When at the barbecue, those kids' dicks are so fucking they're bigger than those sausages, guy. That's all I could fucking
those gifts and shit about them.
The kid's got an oversized penis and it's not John's.
I was just like, my
That's
kid's been
awesome.
alive for like 2 hours, and you're already like talking about his hog.
Well, he's fucking 10 pounds, guy. The thing's gonna be a fucking massive fucking.
Yeah, I mean,
he might be like
he's a chunky.
He might be like a Shaq-sized baby. He might be
You and Alyssa were talking about like what if he's a jock, guy? I don't know. You might not have a choice at this point, guy. You got to put some kind of ball in his hand at this point, guy. 10 fucking pounds, boy.
Yeah, well, I mean, when they pulled him out, neither of us could see because of the blue curtain, but I just heard the doctor go like, "Whoa, what a linebacker!" And he is. I mean, he's a chunky guy.
Oh boy,
Damn.
this is gonna be
you got
awesome.
A future NFL fucking athlete on your hands, guy.
Yeah,
that is so funny, guy. He's gonna be and he's gonna graduate. He's gonna have the chick on it, like the chick on his arm, guy, going across the stage and everything, guy.
Dreams do come true.
Whatever the Wannabeez usually say usually comes true at some point.
True.
So it's part of the lore, guy.
So how was the whole hospital experience? How are you guys doing? So people don't know you literally just got home.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So what was that whole thing like?
It wasn't too bad, except for the fact that, like I said, I fucking absolutely destroyed my heel. So I was walking with a cane. And obviously that's not ideal for like trying to like help out my wife who isn't good at, she's just had her abdomen cut open and then sealed back up, so she can't really do a whole lot of moving at the beginning stages of it. So I should be helping
It's a
her
good
around the
place to get
room.
hurt, John.
Yeah, it's
I'm
great.
just saying,
Great
it's a
timing.
good place to get hurt.
And then I was
at the
hobbling
hospital.
around, and obviously it's a newborn baby, so they want you to be stable and careful.
On sure footing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
footing
on sure
for sure.
footing.
And
Have both.
I was on most unsure footing. And but we
You're like
managed.
Ladondo's fucking Mike guy. You're unsure.
Yeah, we managed okay, so when Louis was born, he was born in Arizona, and that hospital, their setup wasn't too bad. They had like a rocker in the room, and the hospital bed wasn't too bad, and they had a pretty decent like cot with like a good memory foam padding on it. This was nothing like that, unfortunately. Nothing against the hospital. All the staff was fantastic, but the hospital bed, standard hospital bed, but it's not very wide, so there was no chance of me hopping on there with Alyssa, even when I got tired. So what I had was like, to call it a couch would be generous, because it was like, I mean, it's hospital furniture. Sometimes we get stuff in where I work, and I'm just like, who would buy this? This is hospital furniture. Like it's the outside's that hard, cold stuff, and then like it's not very compressible cushions. And so
you felt like a window dressing.
Yeah,
just basically you were the window dressing.
Yeah. I was a knickknack.
It's right next to the window. It's hot as shit.
Yeah.
It's too small. It's just small enough that you're either your head's like this or your feet are like up or whatever. You can't get comfortable at all.
There was one vent in the room, and it was right above me, so it was blowing cold air down on me the whole time, and it made the cushions even harder.
Nice. Nice.
So the only way it pulled out, it was like a pull out bed technically, so like a little under part came out, and then the cushion that you did sit on folds out, but it folds out kind of like it's one cushion that just folds in half into like a flat slab. So then what was already one hard cushion now becomes two half less cushions. And I can, like, I don't know if they had these when you were young, Gula, I imagine, but like, Justin, do you remember in like preschool or maybe kindergarten nap time, like what those little pads would be like on the ground?
Yeah, those like little shit. Yeah,
that's
what
we're
Oh my
that's
god,
what we're working with basically. But it had like legs under it
almost
to keep
like
me off the ground.
Almost like a fucking like a school bus.
Yes,
like that weird like leathery kind of like.
You nailed it.
Man,
John's sitting there going, "What am I going to do? Gymnastics on this thing? Am I going to have a flag contest or something like that? What the hell is going on?
I could have been like Ray Gun, like spinning around and doing headspans and shit.
Oh, John's going to do his freaking breakdancing routine at the hospital. That would have been awesome.
Well, I wasn't sleeping, so what the fuck?
Yeah, you might as well be doing something.
Fucking, he's recreating break-in guy.
But otherwise, yeah, it was good. I mean,
what do you think was worse, you sleeping on the couch or Alyssa's C-section?
Definitely Alyssa's C-section. I tried to compare it at times for sure, but I think she had it in the long run. She had it worse for sure.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, damn.
Now she's
a trooper. Shout out Alyssa. Fucking
I think the impending doom of trying to keep that not to get infected, which is difficult enough. Mm-hmm. Having a C-section is probably way worse than any things John had to go through and have to go through at this point, because she's basically for the next, I'd say 3 months, she's going to have to keep an eye on that situation.
Oh yeah.
And even after that, it's like you can get infected real quick. So
yes.
How's Louis doing with this whole thing?
He's doing
pretty
well. He's doing surprisingly well. He just met him a little bit ago, and he seemed First, okay, so he met him and he was in the car seat, and so he was convinced that the car seat was for him. So he like was very panicked about getting me to get the baby out of the car seat. And then when I did, he tried to sit in the car seat. And then it took him a minute,
Oh
but he figured
God.
out like this is not for me, I think. But it
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
very much like his own that is in the van. It's obviously his, just
Right.
bigger.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
So, but then after that, he realized like what I had taken out of the car seat in my hands is now like moving and making noise and stuff. And so he was very interested in like his hands and his feet, and he was feeling up on him, and it was very sweet. It was a nice, sweet little moment. And
Oh.
Oh,
yeah, he
nice.
sat down with me, and he was. But he does not like him crying. I'll tell you that. As soon as he started crying, Louis always been sensitive to noise. He has
Yeah.
earmuffs that he usually wears, but a lot of times he'll just like cram his fingers into his ears if he doesn't like any kind of noise or me talking to him or
Yeah.
whatever. So
Yeah.
he did that immediately
Yeah.
and then ran out of the room. So it's gonna be growing pains for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be busy in the Van Hook
Oh
household.
yeah, that's for sure.
Damn, man. Well, how are you feeling? Well, man, like your family just grew, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Counting
dude.
my roommate, we're a family of 5 now. Not counting any of the fucking animals.
Damn.
But life giveth and life taketh. We're down an animal, my best friend recently, but now we have a whole new member of the
That's true.
household taking up space, and
Yep.
I got a new mouth to feed, and it's great. Family keeps on a rolling, and
So go buy those T-shirts because we gotta
Yeah,
we
guys.
gotta feed Chopper. Not only Chopper, we
Yeah.
gotta feed Maxwell now.
Maxwell's gotta eat.
Yeah.
Maxwell's gotta eat. Guys. Come on, guys.
Feed
And
Maxwell.
boy, does he
and
like
Louis.
to eat, man. He's big for a reason. He has been smashing. He's a big, healthy guy. I mean, I've no
Yeah.
bad news really to report about him or Alyssa.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
What is
Good,
he?
man.
What is he eating right now? The breast milk or
Mixture
formula
of both.
or both?
Mixture of both. She can only
Yeah.
pump so much, but it's increasing each pump, which is a very good sign. But with Louis, she tried to breastfeed, but she just couldn't produce the way he needed to be fed. So we just kind of went with the formula. But this time we're taking, different approaches to it. And so she's doing a lot more pumping and a lot more trying to feed, but otherwise we're supplementing it with formula. And like I said, she's getting a lot more out. So he's getting a mix of all of it, and he's slamming it. He's slamming it down. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Pelican,
yes.
The formula.
He's the new Pelican. He's just breast milk.
Pelican just dropped.
Fucking just smashing the bottle on his forehead. Another one, Daddy. Daddy, get me another one. That's funny. That's good. Good to hear that you guys are healthy and everything's all good.
Yes.
And we're looking forward to having him on the pod.
Yeah.
As soon as he can get on.
He's part of the
Absolutely.
law.
I don't know if I've discussed this on the pod before, but it's all coming together now that we got him, Earthside, and you have your Rylan, your granddaughter, of course, who's getting older and older. So then soon we'll be able to put the Wannabeez into place. The secondary pod.
It's like the Rugrats.
I'm thinking Muppet Babies guy, but that's where I went.
Yeah.
But
Chopper could be like their dog sidekick.
Oh yes.
Oh
yeah.
That's awesome, guy.
He'd just be in the background, just fucking. Because that's all he's doing right now.
Could be the peanut gallery of the Wannabeez. Just wagging and snorting and just.
That would be fucking hilarious. Get
dying.
2 babies on and just fucking just like that baby chatter.
Yeah. I could probably pull it off. He's a loud guy. I mean, even when he's not crying, he's making noise.
Season 2, ladies and gentlemen. Season 2.
Wannabeez coming soon.
Wannabeez, part of the feed.
And I think it'll be cool too, because you could always listen back and be like, "Oh my god, there's Maxwell as a baby." Fucking
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, John, we don't want to keep you from your family.
I gotta get medicine. I gotta get dinner. I am the sole provider. I gotta go hunt. I gotta go kill a deer and bring it back and skin it and cook it.
Hell yeah, dude.
What is your means of getting said deer? Are you gonna go old school with a spear?
Oh, I'm going spear. Well, because I don't have the time. I have mouths to feed. I don't have the time to actually stalk a prey,
make bullets,
or to go arrows or anything. No, I need to go full on something that's going to be bludgeoned but also sharp. It's going to have the force behind it when of the force of the I got to get a nice pine branch or something and
just picture John with fucking Rambo guy with the big tree just coming down, smashing a bunny, just taking it right the fuck out, guy. And John's like, yeah, he takes it home.
He just slowly slits his throat, fucking holds him up by the ears, guy.
they drew first blood.
Maxwell's gotta eat. All right, boys, you have fun.
Shit.
I love you guys.
All right. I love you too, man. We'll
See
talk
you
to you
later.
soon. All right. Peace.
Later, brother.
Just the two of us.
It's a Where's John in the middle.
Where's John?
In the middle of the
Where'd he go?
Almost 15 minutes. He just disappeared. That fucking guy, man.
Dude.
What the hell?
I got a family.
I gotta take care of my newborn son that just came home today. Don't care about the Wannabeez at all.
Exactly. We do have a little bit of a backup plan, ladies and gentlemen. We knew this was going to happen.
We prepared. We did our homework.
We did.
We do realize that John has, at this point, it's responsibilities like you wouldn't believe. So we realized that he's not going to be able to make it over the next couple of things. Obviously, we're gonna go out strong, but we got to give John a little leeway. So
yeah, he's a dedicated father.
He's a dedicated father. He's not dedicated to the Wannabeez baby.
No,
he threw the Wannabeez baby out, and he's got his new baby.
Hey, wait, what? Did you hear that? What is that?
Ladies and gentlemen, ants and bees, please welcome the king ant himself, the Curator!
Welcome to the show, man. It's so good to fucking have you on. The last time we had you on, we did the TSD Jeopardy, in which I kicked the boys' ass.
Rub it in, Justin. Okay.
The last time we all partied, we were fucking in tropical vibes. I don't know about you, man, but where I'm at, it's been like fucking 50 degrees this whole week and rainy, and it just makes me want to get the fuck. It makes me miss Key West so much.
It's still hot here. I'm in the 80s or so most of the week, so it's hot and muggy and awful. I don't like it.
You're in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's right there in the good weather. It just let up today, but then it got worse. But yeah, it's been rainy and dreary and not so much cold, but it's been a mess. We got a nor'easter up here. There's like 3.5 inches of water over the last couple of days. It's been nuts.
The only thing that's been keeping me going is the Curator Antstravaganza.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm like, that's like, oh my God, get me the fuck out of this weather. I'm hoping
Chuck's gonna be
nicer.
pissed. Yeah. You're not excited for his live pod. Yep.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Rhode Island is still. Do you think it'll be nice in Rhode Island though? Like I don't think I've ever really been.
Well, we're literally not gonna be. We're only gonna be at the Comedy Connection anyway. So it's just like we're going in, swooping in, having some dinner, watching a show, and swooping back out. So it's not like the New Jersey trip. So for people that don't know, we're going to be going down to New Jersey, and I'd say 15 years in the making, I guess, for this ant.
Yeah.
I would say like this is what the 10-year anniversary was gonna be, and then COVID happened.
Be a bit of a paler version of it, but similar.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously they were gonna do like a live show for the 10 year, and that didn't end up happening. But like, I have a bracelet on my wrist that says 10-year anniversary TST, and it was for an event that didn't fucking happen.
Yeah, that got one of them back there somewhere. I know that was actually what I originally. This would have been, probably November-ish of last year when the idea started coming up. What I pitched is I texted Walt and I was like, hey, since there wasn't a 10-year anniversary and it ended up getting canceled, would you guys consider doing a 15-year live show? And I love that, like, Walt's this way with his friends on the show, but he's also this way with everybody, I feel like, just blunt, where he's like, no, I would not want to do that. Where it's just like, no beating around the bush, just no, I would not want to do that. So yeah, then I proposed the idea of doing the just basically an ant bash.
Well, we appreciate it.
So you were in talks with Walt about the ant bash from the very beginning, then?
Yeah, the basic idea I've had the whole way through is I don't want anything to sneak up on them, especially him running the store right there.
Yeah.
So every step of the way, I've given Walt the basic just veto power. Anything you want to veto, the whole event if you want to, before I announce it. And he was like almost stressed out at one point. He called me and we were talking and he was like, he was planning to himself be very involved in it. He wanted to throw and add to it a lot. But that was right when, if you remember from the show, when he said, like, I just got to take a fucking break from this stuff for a little while because he's getting too in over his head in it all. So that's when we decided to kind of switch it. I took over as like, I'll do everything. You can show up if you want or stay home or go somewhere. It doesn't matter. If nobody from the show comes, it'll still be a fun time with ants. We don't need anything. Yeah. Anything we get will just be cherry on the top. So, yeah, that was pretty good for him that we switched up to that. And it's been, I mean, pretty much what I expected so far.
There's a lot of hype that's going around, at least on my end, because like I saw the posters that Tommy Lincoln made. Those look sick. You made a bunch of patches and
God, Jimmy. Like Jimmy this week has been just relentless at this point, guy. I can't wait, guy. Oh my God.
Well, he missed out on Key West, so he's going to be kind of like him making up for it, I guess. Yeah, that's what I've heard from a few people. Like, this is, I think it's
on steroids. I would hope.
Be able to go to the curator.
I think it's going to be so much better because it's closer. It's in the Holy Land, guy. It's
there.
Part of like that feel. Even though Q West totally had that ant mute feel to it the whole entire weekend. It's just gonna be different, I think.
Yeah, I think with Q West it was a bunch of ants, but it was really centered around just relaxing and doing Key West stuff. It just so happened to be with a bunch of ants, versus the idea of this is it's centered around doing Tell 'em Steve Dave related things. So it should be a little bit different. Not quite as high key as Key West was, but it should be fun.
It should be pretty cool. You get that many like-minded people in one area, like it'll be fun. I think it'll be cool because I know, like, shout out to Ed and Laura, they're gonna be there. I can't fucking wait to hang out with those guys. I think Stu is gonna be there. He's part of the lore. You're like, oh my God, there's a celebrity right there. You know what I mean?
There's gonna be a bunch of people.
They've been like kind of putting things out on Facebook and stuff, and it looks like a lot of people are going to show up. A lot of people that really can't get from where they're at, but they're coming anyway. So it seems like it's going to be a really good ant mute.
Yeah, I'm hopeful. I tried to make it as easy for people as I could. Like, I know when I originally planned the date, I looked at probably 2 months worth of weekends and looked at like 4 or 5 different hotels each weekend to see what the cheapest hotel weekend I could find was, and tried to make it where there's no other major things going on. So hopefully, a lot of people can make it out
there's
there.
no Comic-Con for Ming, so Ming can, nah, I'm just kidding.
No, I was so hopeful. I knew that there was the Phoenix Con. I knew that was like on the possibilities list, but up until 2 days ago, I think, Ming he wasn't on the guest list. He hadn't confirmed. And sure enough, like 2 days ago, I see where it confirmed Ming's on the guest list now. so Ming won't be able to make it. Made me sad.
Ming he does bring like a certain energy to the room when he walks in. Like everybody's just like so much happier with Ming around. Like he's just a social little butterfly. It's so cool.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be dope. Chuck will be there. Jimmy will be there. You know?
Yeah, it seems like the majority of the like AV crew of TESD Town will be there, which is cool. That's kind of the coolest people in TSD Town. I feel like, or the AV crew.
I love those guys. Alex and Vic. Those guys are dope. Rupp. I don't know if Tom is going to be there. That'd be kind of interesting.
I know when I originally messaged him, it was just he had to wait till he got closer to be able to see.
Yeah.
I know the last time I talked to him, which is probably maybe 2 weeks ago, he said it was looking good, but just couldn't commit anything yet.
Yeah.
The saddest one I had was Johnny Law was like, yeah, definitely. And then he said when he checked his schedule, he's like, oh, shit, I'm going to a wedding that weekend. And he's like the best man of a wedding, so he couldn't make it. I was sad.
That sucks.
I know Jimmy was the big, like, I had kind of thrown out feelers. And then when I talked to Jimmy, then suddenly Jimmy's like, oh, I'm texting this person. I'm texting this person. I'm texting. Where he like texted everybody in TSD Town. He's telling me, put him on the website. Put this one on the website. They're coming. He's coming.
Oh, my God.
Jimmy's awesome.
So what kind of events are going on it's all going to be at like the VFW, right? So there'll be like board games and the trivia thing going on, right?
Yeah, the biggest like timed singular event is the TESD trivia. It'll be like kind of a bar trivia where you form teams of five or six, I guess would be best. Most of the rest of the stuff is like you said, there's board games. I got Roll, the TESDopoly. I've got like 4 or 5 of those vinyl cast puzzles that we could separate out, maybe even do like a speed puzzle thing. But I was trying to keep the rest of it kind of loose. That way, it's 4 hours. During that time, people can bit by bit go see the studio and come back. I asked Walt about in the studio and if what they could handle basically. And we're going to have more people than they can handle at once. So the idea is, throughout the day, people can go by there. There's only really 2 things, which is the trivia and then the Smodcastle screening are kind of timed that everybody will need to be there at once. And the studio will probably close down for the Smodcastle thing because I think Walt is going to come by that.
Nice.
Oh, dope. Fuck yeah.
Walt will probably stay at the studio for the VFW hall because, A, that way somebody's at the studio, and B, I think that's just not his favorite type of environment. People constantly coming up to him and like he feels like he's got to perform and shuck and jive for people.
Yeah.
So I think he'll probably come to the screening and close the store down for that, which I think they usually close around that time anyways.
The amount of times people have told me, talked about this screening, I almost think that I know, but I don't know. I know nothing about it, but because nobody's told me anything about it, but they've told us so much stuff about it that I'm so excited about this. So you don't understand.
It's the end game of fucking TS. Everybody's.
To be fair, I haven't seen it, but I know what it's going to be, and from what I understand, it's got a lot of the TSD Town crew in it.
That's
there's a lot of people in this one.
It'll just be so cool to be in a theater to watch TSD like that, because I know, haven't you've done something similar to that in the past, right? Like you showed like a puppet theater in the movie theater before.
Yeah, that was on Frank 5 Day, and that was it was tough because that was really kind of still in the middle of COVID, not necessarily lockdowns, but where everything was pretty tight. And the issue is they said on the pod and everything that the bar, the same bar that we're going to, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head now.
Dublin House, right?
The Dublin House wasn't going to let people gather, so all those people were going to come to town for Frank 5 Day and then not be able to group up anywhere. So I felt like it'd be a cool idea to rent the theater. That gives people a place to go after the Frank 5 Day festivities. And it was pretty cool, although they ended up letting people gather at the Dublin House as well. So the group kind of split, so we didn't have as many people at this screening, but it wasn't crazy expensive. I think it was like $200 to rent out.
And I think I remember there was a video. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Q do like a little opening for it?
Yeah,
at the theater.
He came out and it was
pretty fucking dope.
Probably like half an hour. I think he meant to do like a 5-minute intro, but he was already a little bit lit, so it went like half an hour. And him and Get 'em came up, and I think Ming was there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I recorded that, and it's on YouTube, I think, that I put it up.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you're part of the law now,
Damn.
guy. I mean,
Yeah.
you're solidifying that situation.
Part of the law
even though
before,
you've
guy.
already solidified that
Yeah.
situation. But
How do you guys not have a like a patch that just says "part of the law"?
we gotta get
we
that. We're
should.
gonna get that. Definitely gonna do that.
I feel like once we officially become part of the lore, like, you know, we either do, like, I'm kind of hoping for a game night situation with me, John, and Nick.
That'd be fun.
You know, on Patreon.
I'm
That'd
still
be
holding out
cool.
for.
But I feel like until we do something like that, man, I don't feel like we're part of the lore. So
I haven't gotten full in because I'm still like sitting here. Justin, I want Justin to be on Tell Him Steve Dave. I keep telling him he wants to sign my flag. I says, nope, you can't do it until you're actually on
He's not
the
allowed.
episode with I don't want to mention.
Right.
I want an actual episode of you being on there. Then you can sign my flag. So I feel like if like we lower the bar a little bit, it just ain't gonna happen.
Well, what about where did you go to Frank 5 Day?
I didn't know.
That would have been the chance because they were doing the on the street interviews.
Yeah, that would have. I got to be on something like that before I can. But even okay, Nick, would that count if they were doing on the street interviews, and they're like, "Hey, I'm Justin. I'm an ant, whatever."
And they put it on the regular Tell Him
question.
Steve Dave. Yeah, I think I'd let you.
Yeah,
I think I'd.
No, just like
I don't
a
know.
Patreon thing,
I don't know.
like
I think I need you to work for it. I need
Because
you to
technically-
keep working for it till the glory land. Till
We were
you're there.
in,
You're on the mountaintop. You like kicked everybody off, guy. You're king of the mountain.
Sunday Jeff who?
Well, I mean, I guess, Justin, it just depends on how important this is to you. If it's that important,
that's it.
then you just, email Mary Beth, pay for an ad on the show, do a Wannabeez ad on the show. Oh, I guess you can't do Wannabeez, or I would never do another podcast, but I don't know, figure something out to do an ad for.
I bet, I don't think he would be opposed to a Wannabeez thing.
Maybe not Wannabeez specifically, because that's less competition and more like extracurricular material beyond the show.
Yeah, it's TSD adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't even know. See, even saying that is weird. But I guess it kind of is.
Yeah, I mean, it seems as far as like the threat of competing for listeners, that Wannabeez wouldn't be a show that's competing for Tell 'em Steve Dave listeners usually.
Right.
Like the people listening already listen to the other show. So
Right. Yeah.
If we didn't have those listeners, we wouldn't have any listeners. So let's get it. Let's get down to brass tacks here, guys.
Yeah. Nobody would give a single.
Wouldn't even have gone as far as it has if it wasn't for if we didn't lean into that situation. Like,
well, because there's been other like TSD/Ant podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was Marshall did the Ant Farm.
The Ant Farm, that's what it was. That's what I was thinking of.
Which was a pretty solid idea for a show where you would just have ants on and have kind of a standardized series of questions to ask each person. I think it just fizzled. I think he just didn't have the time to keep it up, probably.
It's a lot of time and effort to fucking put it. Sure. It's a lot.
The fear of not having content is a really Walt says it on the show, like he's like, what if, and that's something that goes through my mind all the time. Like, what, okay, we're on episode 50. Like, what is 120 gonna be? It's like insane how
it's weird.
It creeps into your mind, and then you're like, holy shit, guy. But
it makes sense, and especially for Walt and them, like, what do you do for like the 12th Christmas show? Like, how do you have more content each year?
Yeah.
It just, it seems crazy that you could keep going for so long.
They managed to do it though,
Although I guess for the standard show, it helps to just be whatever happened that week. So you don't really need a reservoir of stuff, but.
I feel like that's what stands out about the regular TSD versus Patreon is like, just show up. What happened? You know what I mean?
Sure.
And just shoot. The
I thought last week's episode was freaking amazing. It was a really good, solid Tell 'em Steve Dave episode.
Killer.
Really good.
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah.
Q wasn't there, but
yeah, they've been having good ones
It's been
lately.
solid, very solid, funny.
So speaking of TSD, we have you on, and we were kind of talking and planning out this episode a little bit. You said that you may have a TSD centric 1 through 3 to present to us.
So I was thinking about it, and actually, props. While I was listening through Wannabeez, I am caught up now.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, he's a B.
You guys
He's a B.
did a couple 1 through 3s, and it made me think about, like, it's always kind of tough to do 1 through 3s with people you don't know. Like, they've tried it on Tell 'em Steve Dave, but it just doesn't work that well. What I was thinking would be fun is to do Tell 'em Steve Dave, so it's a curator 1 through 3. You don't need to know me. You need to know about the curator. And I wanted, if I'm going to do one, I wanted to get back to its roots of, like, they should be embarrassing. It should be not just, like, crazy, but, like, pretty embarrassing, you know, things you wouldn't normally want to
Exclusive.
say. So I do have one in the barrel.
We got a Wannabeez 1 through 3 exclusive.
Yeah.
Holy shit. This is going to make my day. Oh boy.
So yeah,
all TMZ.
I got that in the barrel whenever you guys want to pull the trigger.
I've never been more ready in my entire life than right now.
Okay, so I guess we'll do it standard style, 3 questions each, or however you guys want to do it. It doesn't really matter.
Sure.
Okay, so story 1, or whatever. Story 1 is, while I own them all, every single one, I have never read a single comic that Bry or Walt have put out.
Oh, that is damning.
I'm telling you.
That is a dent in the crown.
Number two is, one weekend I spent an entire weekend internet sleuthing and researching to figure out Get'em's true identity. In which, and I got a embarrassing level of detail that I now know. Although I have to preamble and say one of the questions can't be what is his true identity, because I won't say that.
Right.
But then number 3 is, so when I did the first Mystery Inc. appearance, Walt really wanted it to come down to the last game, so he told me the answers ahead of time.
That is some good.
Okay, so it was rigged.
This is tough.
I don't know if Jimmy knew or not.
Ooh. No, oh man. I just remember when he was doing the trivia, he was sweating.
Sure.
He was like, oh, fuck, man, I don't know. I don't fucking... He was just like, he just didn't know the simplest answer.
Jimmy just got a new tattoo, didn't he? He just got a new tattoo for Funbearable. I had to ask. Yeah. When's the Wannabeez tattoo going up? Just to be an ass.
So story number 1, you have all the books, the comic books, War of the Undead, Carney, Knights, Cryptozoic. You haven't read a single one.
Yeah, not just that, but I think I have original art from every one of them.
Why haven't you cracked them open? What's stopping you? What? You listen to everything. You don't want to know what's hiding in those, especially Metro. Metro is littered with fucking with TSD references and stuff like that.
I'm not really I don't have any other comic books. I don't read comics.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that I get, you get it, you kind of flip through it real quick, and not much more than that. Especially with the comic book men stuff, or not comic book men, the Cryptozoic man stuff, I got it and so quickly put them up in frames and stuff. I had to take them out of the frames to read them.
Yeah.
And so I've just never gone back through and read them.
So is it more of a from a collector's standpoint that you just you just do that with your normal collection, that you don't really, it's in mint in box kind of mentality, or
yeah, sure, to a degree. I mean, anything that comes in plastic, I always take the plastic off and look at it. But I'm kind of all the books I've taken and flipped through and just kind of looked at the art, and because I love Walt's art on stuff, but I've just never taken the time to read them.
Love it so much that you just don't give a fuck. Man, I don't know. That one seems suspicious to me. Only because if you have original art of the thing, how the fuck can you not like?
So I can answer that.
Man,
the first one, the Cryptozoic Man original art, I went and visited the stash back when it was on 35, and I talked about Tell 'em Steve Day so much. Walt just, as a gesture, I didn't ask for it specifically, but just gave me a piece of original art with a couple other goodies. So that's how I got that one. The Metro one, I just wanted to support the Kickstarter as much as I could, so I did the $200 tier with the original art. And then the others have just been hounding eBay. You find stuff sometimes. I found a War the Undead one for, I want to say it was like $30 or $40. It was really cheap on eBay.
Dang. See, that's like my holy grail. I want at least one piece of his comic book art. I don't care what it is. I want one piece.
I wish I would have known. I have a side story that's brutal about that, where I don't know if you remember him from back in the day, but the ant that was Black Pete is what he went by. Black Pete TESD. Well, when I got the Metro art in, so paid the $200, got it in, Walt emailed me and said, "Hey, send me a picture of the art you got." I sent it to him, and he's like, "You know what? I want to replace that with a better one, because I know your shrine's going to have it up there. It's going to look." So, and he said, "Don't worry about sending the other one back." So I took and just sent that to the Black Pete guy because he was a buddy of mine. I sent it to him for free. And a year or so ago, after he had quit everything, I see it up on eBay where he's selling a bunch of the stuff that I had given him just as like, here, free goodies and stuff. And it hurt my soul a little bit to see it all up on eBay being sold.
Damn.
Did you buy anything back?
I thought about it, but no. I mean, a lot of it was stuff I have copies of, like the trading cards that I had made up and stuff, and ones that were like specialty I had very small run of made and gave it to just some friends. So it was a little sad to see that stuff go, but it is what it is.
Is it also flattering to be like, oh wow, like something like that is worth so much? Like, I
mean, the art obviously went pretty well, I'm sure. I forget what it sold for. The cards, I doubt they sold for a whole lot. I mean, they're still available online, not the specialty ones I had given him, but they couldn't have gone for that much.
See, I wonder what happens to some of those listeners, like you said, like Black Pete. Like, why did he stop listening? Like, I've known like other people just quit TSD altogether. And it's almost like a breakup. Then they just you see like stuff pop up on eBay.
Fuck Tell 'em Steve Dave. I fucking hate those guys. They've let me down.
I mean, it's probably just, when they're bashing at all kinds of stuff and making fun of stuff, eventually something gets under somebody's skin, and then they probably start to reframe everything they're hearing, or they just don't have the time. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
It's a daunting task of 15 years of
So what was story number 2 again?
Story number 2 was researching and figuring out Giddim's true identity.
So without revealing his name, like how much information did you get? Like how deep did you go?
So the biggest confirmation that I got was that I actually pulled up a newspaper article from when his dad killed the person at the Puerto Rican Day Parade and was on trial for it. I was able to find a newspaper article related to that.
That's fucking crazy. That's why you're the
So you're telling us you went full stalker mode, guy. Wild. Like you went in it. Yeah. You kind of went in it, guy.
It's a challenge, and I'm a completionist, man. I need to.
Right. He needs to know.
Man after my own heart.
A completionist who doesn't read
the book. The parabolic fucking thing. He was digging through trash. That was awesome. That's probably fucking. That's the best fucking.
If you look real close in that picture that Gidim had of the Squirrel Girls across the street, I'm over there watching him while he's watching them.
He's a time traveler. He's like going to every.
I'm watching you watching them. Gidim.
Me and Nick Gula, I'm researching. He's telling jokes and time travel.
Exactly.
Oh man, part of the time comedian crew,
You're like
guy.
Robin.
Holy shit, guy.
Wow. That's how we know he's listening. A time comedian joke. That is fucking wild.
That's awesome. But no, so you went in it. You went totally in it. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I mean, I don't know. I believe that you probably found the article, but I wasn't his name like mentioned in an episode like of Overkill at one point, like real briefly.
Yeah, I mean they've said just a first name before.
Yeah.
But
so you wanted the whole thing. You wanted to know Clark Kent.
Basically.
Superman guy. He wanted to go all in.
Imagine if he found like his like birth parents and shit. And, like,
I got the file that his mom left him.
Exactly.
He went to the orphanage guy and fucking. He would like go track down DCF and shit. Guy, that would have been.
He's like interviewing old ladies and shit. Like, what was Gidim like in the orphanage?
The nuns.
Coming down fucking Mission Impossible style from the ceiling in the orphanage to get his documents.
Old. I'm just picturing old file cabinets, all rusted and shit. Nuns, curators propelling down from the fucking roof. Guy. Dun, dun, dun. Fucking hey.
How many hours did you spend researching for Gidim's?
It would have been probably in the ballpark of like 6 hours. It's not fulfilling when you get the information. It's not like, yes, that was time worth it. It's like, what the fuck am I doing?
So did you actually go out there and like hit the libraries and shit, guy, or were you on just online?
Just online.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you ever? I know I already asked 3 questions, but did you ever tell Gidim about this? Have you ever told him?
No.
Like, I spent so many hours researching you.
No, I did not.
Finding out your every little deepest, darkest secret. Yeah, I can't imagine that he would be like, "Oh yeah, that's awesome. Let's go out to dinner."
What the fuck, dude? Nah, he might enjoy it. He might.
Because he seems the type to do that kind of shit.
He's
the type to do
I could
that.
imagine for sure.
You got any questions for this one, Nick?
No, we'll go to the next one.
Next one was it on the first Mystery Inc. Walt wanted to make sure it came down to the last game, so he told me the answers.
Right. So for anyone listening, yeah, they were doing like a TSD trivia, and it was Curator versus Jimmy the Hair Guy, and they eventually Jimmy lost, right? And he had to get a tattoo, right? Damn, it does seem like something Walt would do, just because he's the puppet master, you know.
Yeah.
He likes to orchestrate. He just wants to make sure it's a good show. So I know he's done stuff like that in the past. It wouldn't surprise me. But
That's the easy answer. That's the easy. That's an easy answer.
But why? But why would Walt be worried about Curator fucking not knowing the answer?
Well, I think it was partially because he didn't want me to come on and get embarrassed either. It would be a weird show if they called an expert in and the expert comes in and just doesn't know the answers, ends up getting embarrassed.
I guess that's true. Were you kind of resistant towards the idea? Like, no, I want to do it for real. Like, were you kind of like Tom Cruise and that? Like, no, I want to do the stunts for real. This is real life.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't really even have an input. It was just part of the email saying what's going on.
So we orchestrated that from the get-go.
Well, I guess it was technically the second, because it was, would you want to do this? Sure. And then here's the schedule and what we're going to do and the answers to everything. Or the questions we'll be asking.
I love that. That does, I think that seems...
And I made sure to miss a few, obviously. I can't get them all right immediately. You got to think on it and miss a few of them.
That's true.
Make it dramatic.
Do you have a question for this one, Nick?
No, I think I know my answer already. Yeah, I think I know.
Really? Okay. I'll let you. What do
I'm
you think?
thinking two.
What do you think?
I'm thinking to get him. I think get him is
two's
the true one.
All right. I think number 3 is true. I think number 1 is totally unbelievable. A man who listens and researches Gidim for fucking 6 hours ain't gonna not fucking at least read the book once. Because not only is it Walt Flanagan's artwork, it's Brian Johnson's writing, you know, or Q from if it's Metro. And I think I also remember. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I remember when Metro came out. I think maybe we had talked or I'd seen something that you were posting that we were like going through finding all the TSD Easter eggs. So I don't believe number one for 1 second. But I think ultimately number 3 is going to be the true one that Walt had rigged that trivia game.
All right, that we got to go with number Nick for 2 and Justin for 3. Nick, you got it.
No.
What?
No fucking way would I ever let it be rigged.
Guy. That's what I was saying to myself. There is no. This guy made a trivia game out of Tell Him Steve Dave. He's gonna fucking do that, guy. No fucking way.
The comics one comes from the comics one comes from the slightest kernel of truth, whereas I realized I had War of the Undead, that I had bought it and had it up on the wall, and I was like, I haven't actually read those yet. And it took me a while to actually go back and read them because they had already previously come out before the show started. So it wasn't something that's like actively happening as the show's going on. But no, the stuff as the show came out, of course, I read the stuff as it came in.
I actually haven't. I didn't read.
Not a comic
reader. Knights till Justin brought it up. The only reason I haven't read the stuff is the same thing. The same reason is like I like Mitten Box. Like what Walt gives me, I like literally squirrel it away and put it away, and it's never gonna be seen like again. But Justin's been getting me out of that because it's been Knights was a really good situation, and War of the Undead is unbelievable. So
yeah, I think Knights is probably my favorite that Walt has done. I think the art's just great. I think the new revamped War of the Undead is just as good though. I think it's just such a fun read. The reading like the revamped story and seeing the new art and stuff like that. Like it's just so cool.
Sure.
I think they're doing something like that for Cryptozoic Man. I'm not sure. I think that's why like Johnny Law kind of came in to help them get the rights back to Crypto. But
that's what they've been talking about, trying to do some kind of War of the Undead Cryptozoic Man crossover. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
That would be sick.
It is true though that I'm not like a comic reader. Most of the books they've done, like I'll go through once or twice, but I'm just not a comic book reader guy. So I haven't gone through them a ton.
All right, so you're a creep and you like get him.
Yeah, the get him thing really came from my brother-in-law, where he was trying to tell me that he has no cyber presence, and I was telling him it's so easy to find information about people online. And after that, I was thinking to myself, I was like, I bet if with just a little bit of digging, you could find out all the information about Get Him that he keeps hidden, and sure enough, it wasn't incredibly hard.
I mean, as long as you know enough about the person and what to look for. Oh yeah, definitely. You can find anything.
Speaking of a crossover, would you ever consider bringing back Joints and Joysticks for one episode only, and I come on?
I mean, that's totally a Maxwell thing.
Yeah.
The whole deal with that podcast was he was looking for a creative outlet.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, it even came up recently when you guys are talking about scheduling stuff out and nobody has time for this or that. And I'm like, dude, all I fucking have is free time. I literally am never doing anything any days of the week. So I told him, like, anytime you want to get out and record something, just let me know. I'll stop what I'm doing and we can record. Yep. And eventually he got to the point where he's got a lot of other stuff going on creatively, so he just doesn't need it anymore. But if he ever wanted to pick it up, I would record.
You'll have the opportunity to ask him, Nick. We're fucking hanging out with him all weekend.
I know. I'm super excited. I never thought I could get like Maxwell on my flag, so that's gonna check one of those boxes. So thank you for that.
I'm gonna sign right over it.
No, you're not, guy, because you got to be on. Tell him, Steve Dave. Now Now I'm gonna make it even harder for you, guy. Like you got to go to the cream of the crop, guy. You got to have all three of them on.
I got to be a special guest on the next IJ cruise. That's what it takes.
I wasn't gonna go that far. But curator, do you have a B fact?
Oh shit!
I do.
Nice.
I actually had two of them that I was debating between.
Okay.
But I think the fact that I find the coolest, especially in relation to you guys' show, is that when hornets invade honeybee nests, honeybees will kill the hornets by swarming around them and overheating them until they die.
That's awesome.
That's how you fucking
take care of yellow jackets.
That's how you get rid of hornets and yellow jackets, is you ant swarm on them.
Just we rub all over them and make them, by heat, and just rub them to death with our bumbles.
The second one was that during the Obama administration, Michelle Obama put a beehive at the White House, so they had fresh honey at the White House.
Wow.
Okay, equally.
Maybe that's what's wrong with the country. They need to bring the honey back into the White House. That's what that's going to solve. It's going to be it.
That would solve everything.
Wow. Jesus, dude.
Cure
that's awesome.
stuff.
Technically, this is kind of an amalgamation of a Wannabeez and the Where's John. So we also need some
weird.
John facts.
I don't see him in there in the list.
Who's John?
Where's John?
The John fact is actually interesting. This is a big reveal.
Yeah?
You ever notice how me and John are never on it's somewhere at the same place at the same time? We're actually the same person.
Oh my God.
That's why he's not going to be at the Antstravaganza, why he wasn't at Q West. And that last time I came on you guys' show, that was me just doing an accent, an impression.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, the last time you did the show, it was just your voice. We didn't even get to see your face. So.
It was also kind of shocking that John didn't win the Jeopardy thing, but, that was on purpose.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give it away.
Right. Yeah, he sucked on purpose.
pull back the curtain a little bit. We rigged that game so that Justin would win.
Yeah.
Wow.
We orchestrated that whole thing.
In the chat ahead of time, we said, Gula, act like you don't know any of these.
Nothing. None of these questions.
I worked hard for that fucking... Round 2 will be at fucking at the Extravaganza, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on the same team as Nick. I'm going against
you
that.
Gotta go against me. We can't be in the same. Wannabees not sticking together this time.
No,
we're breaking up for that one time situation. Yeah.
Yep. We're not friends no more. We're enemies.
For that one thing, that's it. Round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. So before we go, do you want to just plug the show, plug the event coming up, let people know what's happening? Because this comes out that Monday, right before the big event.
So we have June 7th is the 15-year Curators Extravaganza going on in Hazlitt, New Jersey. We're going to be hitting up the VFW Hall, then the Smodcastle Cinemas to watch a never-before-seen piece of TESD content.
Ooh. We're also going to be there too. Me and Nick. We're going to be repping the Wannabeez.
Well,
we're
gonna have the whole crew there actually, but John, aka Curator,
because John's kind of running the show. I guess.
I'll be there. I mean, he'll
be there. So, but there will be a life-size cutout of John there, so you can take a picture.
Well, by life-size, I mean like about 1 foot tall.
Yeah, that's life size, isn't it? That's life size.
Yeah,
so
right.
You can get your picture taken with a life size
with John
thing, cardboard cutout.
So here's my vision. Here's what we're gonna do, because we're gonna record an episode there. We're gonna fucking summon John from the Prussian kissing skull. I'm gonna bring like the little cookie jar, put on the table or something. We're gonna summon him, and it'll be like a cardboard cutout and pre-recording like lines from John that we're gonna use, but to like have him ask questions or just interact, and it'll be like our version of AI.
Nice.
So that's what we're gonna be doing. So if you're in the New Jersey area and you're hanging out, come say hi to the Wannabeez. Record a show with us, hang out. Maybe we'll play some board games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should be fun.
Fuck yeah. Be cool.
Shut the fuck up.
Buzz, motherfucker.
Oh,
nice.
Where's John? Where is he?
Where is John? Who is John?